Great day, great day, great day. This is Brother Hot Tim coming at you live. Well, give yourself permission. Sorry it took me so long to get on. I'm trying to post up when I'm going live on the show. I know that it already post up, but I also want to put a little message with it. Today we're going to be talking about the number 5. And it's all good, you know. But this is a critical step in the counting to greatness. When we count our way to greatness, the number 5 is critical. But first, it's a beautiful day, and that's, by the way, that's my daughter's toy. It's just been screaming. I don't understand it, but it's cool. Alright? So if you hear it again, don't be shocked. That's my daughter's toy. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna put it outside. There you go. He outside. Alright. Now, he having a good time, obviously. But we're talking about the number 5 and accounting ourselves to greatness. Now, when we are using the numbers, I need to rehash for those that are new. We are looking into the cycles of the universe and the way that the universe works. Now, this is not an absolute way, and you are going to get your own experiences, and hopefully you better share those with people like I'm sharing this with you, because you never know what information you have. You never know how it may help other people. Alright, so I'm just sharing some of the things that I have learned. Alright, so you can take it with a grain of salt, or you can use it. It's all on you. But the whole piece is develop yourself a system so that you can know where you are on your journey. Now, we talked about the zero, and we talked about how being in a zero is a resting period. It's like a refueling. It's like you are checking in with the divine, even though most people that are at a 0 point don't realize that they are checking in with the divine. As a matter of fact, for most people, it's very uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, I just seen a show yesterday on YouTube. You know, I watch these little information sessions they have on YouTube, and it was stated that two-thirds of men would rather cause themselves pain than to suffer through boredom, and 1/4 of women would rather suffer pain than to deal with boredom. And it was basically an experiment that was done where a person was asked to just sit and do absolutely nothing for 15 minutes, and they were introduced to a device that shocked them, and it was given a shock, and it was asked how much they didn't like the shock. Everybody that started the test, I ain't gonna say, can't never say everybody, but a majority of people who took the shock said that it was extremely uncomfortable, and they would prefer to never have to do that again. But 2/3 of the men that took the test, I mean, listen to this, 2/3 of the men that took the test within the 15 minutes shocked themselves because they were so bored. Same thing with the women. 1/4 of the women shocked themselves. So when we're dealing with this zero, we're dealing with what we have been taught as boredom, but it's actually time for us to rehash who we are, rehash where we are, rehash all of the questions that we have about ourselves, our life, and the direction we're going on. Then we emerge, because I described the zero as like an egg. We crack out the egg and we come out, we emerge. We're standing perpendicular now, like the number 1. Alright, and now we have the challenge of figuring out whether we are independent or interdependent. And basically what happens is, if we lean too much towards the independence, we become selfish and destructive. If we lean too much towards the interdependent, we become like robots. So of course there's a happy medium in there that we have to reach, where we understand our independence, but yet we still understand and can work within our interdependence and get in where we fit in. Then we got cooperation, where we got the extreme of being too cooperative and giving everybody exactly what they want and not being cooperative at being uncooperative, where we can't work with other people at all. We got to find that happy medium where we are not surrendering who we are and our values to get along. We know who we are, so we can stand firm in that, and we could be right at the balance of that. Then we move to the number 3, being able to communicate. And this is in a sense where we first start to verbalize the magic of moving towards success. We're able to verbalize it. So now we could be very communicative or uncommunicative. And there's those two extremes. Some of us become too communicative and we do nothing but communicate, but we're not doing any of the work. And then some of us become uncommunicative and we just keep all of our jewels to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So we got to find that happy medium. And this is, in a sense, exercising one of the magic powers of being alive, being able to communicate. All right? So now we spoke in the last session about the number 4, order, bringing things in order. So now we standing once again in the middle between order and disorder. Which one? Where should we get too orderly? We can't work with nobody, because of course things are always gonna get out of order, and we ain't gonna be able to feel everything is gonna be out of control. We ain't gonna be able to handle it. Too unorderly, and you can't find nothing. You can't really do nothing. But learning how to communicate our ideas and learning how to put things in order give us a certain power, and this moves us. If we are successful on those 2 levels, this moves us into 5, which is freedom. Now, this is where most people get slayed. This is where most people's progress stops, because I done learned how to communicate my idea successfully. I could communicate the idea, and I know how to put things in order. So now this gives me a certain power. It's like now I'm like a junior. I'm still a Padawan, but I'm not a Jedi yet. I just don't know that I'm not a Jedi yet. I think I'm a Jedi. So I start sparring with freedom. I start messing around with this freedom, thinking that freedom means that I could do whatever it is I want to do. When in fact, that's only one part of freedom. As a matter of fact, that is the part of freedom that is a trap. Freedom is having the space and the time to do the things that you need to do. You'd be like, Mr. Brother, I don't sound like freedom. Freedom, just like all the other ones, is a delicate balance. See, because you get to choose what you're going to do. And most people choose wrong because they just start doing the things that they want to do. And by doing the things that they want to do, they become weak in the things that they really need to do, because most of us don't want to do the things that we need to do. We need to get up earlier. We need to work out. We need to study. We need to eat properly. We need is a bunch of these needs that are basically freedoms that we get, because most people in other countries don't even get these freedoms. Working out is not an option. You don't have no time. Plus, you're too tired because you're doing menial labor all day. You know what I'm saying? Studying is not an option for most people. Most places don't have libraries every 10 blocks. You know what I'm saying? So we start confusing the things we want to do, and we think that's true freedom. And what happens is we start thinking that we got the communication down, we got the order down. Now we can handle the freedom, but the fact of the matter is the freedom ends up handling us, and in a sense it turns into the dragon that slays us. Yes, I said it. See, and this is an important step in the number 5, because at number 5, in a sense, we are being once again prepared for the next level of the first 9. So we went through the first level. Now we are about to start our intensive training, and once we are, in a sense, able to balance and slayed by this being able to do whatever I want to do thing, you know what I'm saying? If we learn the lesson quick enough and bring it back into balance, we can move on to the number 6. But right now, a majority of people get caught up, and rather than changing and looking at making an adjustment in their life and really understanding what true freedom is, they still lean towards, I'm going to do what I want to do. And in doing what they want to do, they end up messing up everything and end up having to go back to the zero. But those of you that's wise, those of us that's wise, we're able to recognize and bring a balance between the things I want to do and the things that I need to do, and we find a way to bring those two in harmony and work them. And when we work them, it moves us to the next level, and the next level is so much more powerful. We start to find out that what we thought we had and the powers that we thought we had and the abilities we thought we had are pale in comparison to where we could go in the next 3 steps. This is Brother Hatim saying thanks for tuning in. I'd like to encourage you to check me out at www.giamijourney.com. Make sure you check out my app at the Google Store. You can find me as giamijourney.com. Also, you can follow me on Spreaker. With that, this is Brother Hatim saying peace, and you have a great and glorious day. I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are.